Welcome back to part 2. Let me go ahead and get this started. As we see APOC here going down, dodging Kid Chaos's bullets. And here we go. So 35-20 Fierce to, so it's a 15 kill lead, 14 kill lead right now for Fierce. It looks like they're probably going to take it. I know Fierce, everybody, one of their players, they're trying really, they're trying, and and they're good players, and they're trying, and you have that matchup as Chrome gets picked off by setup there with the, I guess the Rock, or the Asteroid was in poor positions, but you have, a team, a championship quality team trying against maybe a team that's an up-and-comer, or so to speak. It's just not going to be good, but it's definitely good experience for Freebie, and I definitely want to talk about, I'm expecting to see a lot of core, I guess, Warbirds for Fierce step up. I want to see Guile continue as good play. I want to see these guys step up because now they're branching out on their own, and they're no longer part of a previous organization. And so, by previous, Warbirds. So now, more the pressure, more spotlights on them. They don't have that veteran presence, so to speak. And, they got to create that veteran presence themselves. So they got to be the one carrying. So let's see how well they do. Week definitely has an, MVP for performance coming up. He has the gold crown. For those who don't know, that's what you want. You want the gold crown because that shows you have the most kills. You have the most kills means your Lance Armstrong for from in the Alps, those stages, the toughest stages of the map, or his bicycle journey. So here we go with back to Chrome. So hopefully with Chrome, if Siege ever comes alive again, I think there's a couple of Siegers left, maybe Luz, myself, him, and I think that's it. yeah, and Blood. You can't forget about Blood. Blood is instrumental. Dynasty comes on every now and then in a blue moon. Okay, so that's kind of, and Bonsai. He just kind of checks the message, the forums once in a while. So that's kind of like what everyone's up to from the starting five back in the Siege days. And then I remember it didn't even matter who our fifth was. It just, as long as we had 4 players, we knew that we were gonna win 4 on 5. You can ask Blood that for confirmation. Go ask Blood, okay? BLOOD, Blood. Yeah. Just 4 on 5. All we needed was 4 players back in the day, and we would have won. So, but nowadays it looks like all Fierce needs is 4 players, and they would have won this LD. So, I guess the Siege dominance carries over from one generation to another, and you're seeing great players. I want to see great players like APOC, just clutch it, come and lead them into the captains. I want the the Fierce Warbird captains or best players, and you guys know who you are. Okay, I mean, it's obvious. So I want you guys to really make an impact. It's going to be a great season, and Fierce, along with a couple other teams, just to kind of promote the league. And Fierce is one, obviously, the premier team, so they're a good ambassador. If I want to refer a newbie to watch you guys, I would send him to Fierce. And this match is a great matchup, and Freebie's coming up. Played them a couple times and various leagues, and so yeah, they're coming up. Obviously they're relatively new, so you can't expect Rome again to be built overnight. But what you can expect is for them to catch up, because now with replays and you see people kind of you see your own mistakes, you can see some additional tips from what I bring or what the interviews bring, then it starts going to add up faster, and you're going to see the progression of talent rise quicker than the first 10 years of subspace. Okay, so within the next, I guess, 6 to 8 months, you're going to see a huge rise in competition as people start referring to replays on certain people's style. So if you're a Jav or you're a Warbird and you focus on your own league, or you're a Terrier, you can watch the game and watch the other person's style, how they play, how they actually place themselves within the game, and their timings, who they target and whatnot, their style. So, and then over time people will improve, because I know a handful of you, if not a lot of you, are taking it pretty serious. I know a couple of you wanted some tips for Jabs, but obviously I can't help in Warbirds anymore, but in Spider too. And then, but yeah, just ask the great players you see in these replays. So you ask the MVPs, because MVPs means they may get lucky once, but if you start seeing them MVP over and over again, they're probably a good player that you want to ask for help. Okay, so whether in the Warbird, you watch a game, your favorite team, ask them, and just say, you heard from FF's cast that he's going out and just saying that you should reach out to players, and they'll be glad to help you, because they all know that to be part of this revolution that we're creating, you got to help out. So there we go, MVP with the week, and here's the post-game interview with week. So usually with Warbird or Javs, we just straight up take the MVP to interview. But then for basing, we might do maybe 2 or 3 people to interview, just because there's more MVPs to just than the Spider, or, because there's more parts to it. In fact, if you really think about it, the Terrier should be MVP most of the time. Unless you're the Chicago, or I don't want to bring footballs here, but where defense wins it, and it doesn't matter about the offense, because sometimes your defense can win this game for you. So Yeah, so if you have good shark pairing, sometimes it makes up for other stuff. So with this, you kind of read the chat. I want to see Weak do well. I want to see Guile, Weak, and the whole like Fierce gang do well. With APOC and all these other starters coming back into play. First couple weeks don't really matter, in my opinion. Wait till like maybe the last week or the second to last week, unless you're like on the borderline to making it. But if you're a guaranteed playoff contender, then yeah, just kind of have fun, test new strategies and whatnot during the regular season. And that's it for now. So until next time with another TWLD podcast between Fierce and with the MVP actually belonging to Weak. Okay, so good job Weak, Guile with good honorable mentions, coming and kill right below him. But then Fierce versus Freebie, good job with both squads. And until next time, FF out.